Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
What is up, friends? Good morning and greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural and nutritional roads to your vitality, to your health, to your well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity, skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is always a healing system. It is always a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we want to hear from you on The Bright Side. Our number is 855-660-4261. If you have questions about the longevity products, comments, success stories that you'd like to share, if you have questions about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine or ingredients or any formulations or any skincare products, we want to hear from you at 855-660-4261. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products, the products I talk about, recommend, the ones I use, you can head over to brightsideben.com and pull down on our shopping cart, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470, and ask them about joining the team, joining the Brightside Ben team, and helping me in my mission to spread the word about the power of a good nutritional supplement program. You can get your products at the wholesale price for a one-time $10 fee. Get your products at the wholesale price. You can start a business. You can make some money selling longevity products, and you can enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having your own business. You can write off your mileage, your home office, stamps, samples. Heck, you can write off your products if you give enough away as samples, and you can find out all about it by calling the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 or clicking on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com. Also want to remind you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. Got a post coming up there, hopefully today, about grains and about the chemicals that are Subway just, maybe you heard about this, Subway just took out dough softener, among other nasty chemicals in the bread. They took out one of those chemicals, a dough softener, dough conditioner, that's used to help make bread soft and mushy and squishy. If you ever wondered how they do that with the bread, how they make their bread soft and squishy and chewy, you may want to read my blog post, which is up at pharmacistben.com. Okay, we are talking about this very, very important distinction between the surface of the body and connective tissue, or what I call the connective tissue muscle tissue matrix, this meat of the body, the stuff of the body. The body's made up of four parts. We've been talking about these four parts. The matrix, the connective tissue muscle matrix, makes up the vast majority of the body. 90% or so of the body is this meat component. Then this meat component is wired with electricity, electrical wires. We call that nerve tissue. And then the whole thing is candy-coated with a surface tissue that's called epithelia. But the bulk of the body, 90% of the body, is this matrix, the connective tissue muscle tissue matrix, the steak, the meat. That's what steak is. Steak is the connective tissue muscle tissue matrix of a cow. When we eat meat, we're eating the connective tissue muscle tissue matrix of an animal. We don't eat the epithelia. We don't eat the surface. We don't eat the nervous tissue. We eat the bulk of the body, the bulk of an animal's body. And because we're made up mostly of this matrix, it should come as no surprise that this is the area where most disease takes place. If you are dealing with a degenerative disease crisis, if you're dealing with arthritis or autoimmune diseases or prolapses or uterine prolapse or ruptures or hernias, or you're basically wrinkles, accelerated aging, you're falling apart at this meat matrix level. And this is the area where we need to be focusing on. Focusing on the matrix, the connective tissue muscle matrix, should be the number one thing we do to slow down the disease process, to slow down the aging process, to reverse the disease process. And by the way, folks, there's not a single thing the medical model, i.e. your doctor, can do for you when you're breaking down at the connective tissue muscle tissue level. I want to say that in capitals with exclamation points, because the medical model will steal from you. It will rip you off. It will lie to you by telling you that you need to go to the doctor if you have an autoimmune disease or you have some kind of connective tissue problem or muscle tissue problem or accelerated aging. It's a lie. It's a ripoff. Doctors, you should be ashamed of yourself if you're telling people that they need to come to you if they're dealing with a connective tissue muscle tissue matrix. Aside from maybe giving them some nutritional advice or some advice to help them build this tissue, muscle tissue, connective tissue level. There's no surgery that can help you. There's no device that can help you. And there's no drug that can help you. But the good news is, as we've said for years on this program, is we don't need their help. We can do it ourselves. Now, we've been referring to the connective and muscle tissue as one complex, and they are a complex. It's meshed together. Connective tissue is wrapped around muscle tissue and vice versa. Connective tissue feeds muscle tissue. Muscle tissue grows connective tissue or stimulates the growth of connective tissue, but they are different tissue. Muscle is super cool. We'll be talking about muscle here in a little bit. Muscle works by, actually super cool how muscles work, how they contract and relax. Cells have little ratchets, literally little ratchets that kind of pull on each other, and that's how contraction and relaxation happens. It's unbelievably cool. But for now, I want to focus on the connective tissue aspect of the body. Connective tissue and muscle tissue form a matrix. About 90% of the body is this connective tissue muscle tissue matrix, and it's right around maybe 50-50 or so, maybe a little bit more muscle than connective tissue, maybe 55-45, something along those lines, but roughly about the same amount of connective tissue as muscle tissue. Connective tissue is just the way I look at it anyway, it's the most fascinating aspect of the body. Connective tissue is made up of cells and stuff, like everything else in the body, raisins and bread, cells and stuff. In the connective tissue, there's a lot more stuff than cells. There's a lot more bread than raisins, if you will. Although ultimately the raisins are making the bread, which in turn, the bread then turns back and feeds and breathes and detoxifies the raisins. There's a little circle going on. The cells, the raisins, make the connective tissue stuff, and then the stuff feeds back and provides the cells with oxygen and with nutrients, and then detoxifies the cell. So it's got this circle going on. The cells are called fibroblasts. That means they make fiber. Fibro means fiber, obviously. Blast is a cell that makes things. So the cells in the connective tissue are called fibroblasts. They make the bread. The bread in the connective tissue is largely collagen with sugar. Collagen and sugar, not the sweet sugar. Collagen and proteoglycans or polysaccharides, long-chain sugars. This is why the Z radical is so helpful. It's a great source of long-chain sugars that make connective tissue stuff. That's what makes the Z radical such an amazing product for all health issues, all aging issues, all connective tissue issues. So you got the connective tissue stuff, the bread. And by the way, the connective tissue stuff also feeds the muscles, and it also feeds the nervous tissue. And for that matter, it also feeds the surface tissue. So this connective tissue stuff is really, really, really important. In fact, I would venture to say there's not a single disease that we deal with that doesn't have a connective tissue aspect or a connective tissue stuff aspect. The entire body is fed, it's breathed, and it's detoxified via connective tissue. Do you guys get that? That's so important. The entire body, every single cell, from your scalp to your toenails, maybe not your nails, but to your toes, are fed fed and nourished and detoxified and oxygenated via connective tissue. That means the healthier the connective tissue is, the less likely every single degenerative disease is going to be, and the less likely accelerated aging is going to be. You think that makes connective tissue important? You better believe it does. In fact, I would venture to tell you that connective tissue, building connective tissue, is the single most important strategy you could ever use for anti-aging, for looking better, and for keeping disease at bay. And there's lots of ways to do it. We talked about a few of the ways to build connective tissue yesterday, and we'll continue when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. Our number is 855-660-4261. Try to get on board early so we get as many calls as possible. We're going to take a break and be right back. Don't go away.
So you've been listening to Pharmacist Ben and Dr. Wallach for a long time now, and you're wondering if longevity really works. Hi, my name is Adam. I'm an employee at GCN, and I've been using longevity products for over 2 years now. Call me today to hear my story at 612-695-5982. You too can lose weight, experience increased energy, and feel better about yourself and the future of your family. Call today, 612-695-5982. That's 612-695-5982.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Mike Stenerson from Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
The freeze-dry guy, leader in the preparedness industry for 44 years, is closing his California warehouse. Don't miss out on this huge warehouse sale and receive discounts from 30 to 40% off on the finest Mountain House and Packaway brand freeze-dried and dehydrated foods for long-term food storage or even everyday use. Plus deep discounts on all in-stock survival gear. The Freeze-Dry Guy is offering a wide selection of freeze-dried foods in number 10 cans and even individually packaged entrees. Remember, meats, vegetables, fruits, and long-range patrol rations are the main components for any long-term food storage. This is limited to stock on hand, so hurry and call 866-404-3663 or 530-798-4414. Remember, as always, free shipping to the lower 48 states. So hurry up and call 866-404-3663 or 530-798-4414. Remember, this is limited to stock on hand. The Freeze-Dry Guy is your choice for survival food in an uncertain world.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
We are America's largest independently owned communications network, GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. Our number is 855-660-4261. We'll get your calls here in our next segment. If you want to join the Bright Side Ben team, love to have you on the team. 866-735-2470 is the phone number for the Bright Side Ben phone team. Tell them you want to start a business selling longevity products. Help me in my mission to educate the planet about the importance of a good nutritional supplement program. And tell them you want to